The Division 2 is about to hit us on the 15th of March. There are still many questions from the existing player base on what's changed or improved, but the more important question for me is whether the Division 2 will be able to hook new players into what is an established and complex game system. It's not as daunting as you think, and the fun you're likely to have just by giving it a shot is worth the understanding of how the game works. I'm a massive Tom Clancy fan ever since the original Rainbow Six. I even still have the original manual lying around, and I've loved how the entire stable has evolved. I just want to drop a thank you to Ubisoft for getting behind this video and dropping me a closed beta code. And thank you to all of you who redeemed their codes using the code that they gave me. If you're pre-ordering it, please support the channel sponsors by checking out loot.co today. Links are in the description below. Hit me up with a tweet when you do, please. It keeps this ship afloat. Alright, The Division is one of the newest properties in the Tom Clancy stable, with the focus being on realistic, futuristic technology set in what I like to think of as a retooled MMO. This might go without saying, but The Division is better with friends, like chess. Or Twister. Don't let the phrase MMO frighten you off. The Dark Zone is an incredible, unpredictable space that facilitates a high-risk, high-reward approach to gameplay. They're walled-off enclosures within the large game map where the rules completely change. There's player versus enemy and player versus player interactions, all while you're scuffling for the guaranteed best loot in the game. Although in the final game there will be 3 final Dark Zones, all with unique tweaks to the gameplay, in the private beta we just got access to the one. It's called Dark Zone East. When you enter the Dark Zone for the first time, you're thrown into an introductory mission that walks you through the basic structure of an average encounter with the core objectives. Firstly, find high-tier enemies, end them, then collect the incredible loot that they drop and get prepared to extract it. It's pretty simple. In this particular introductory mission, there are no real-world enemy players to steal your loot or attempt to stop the extraction. You see, you're going to have to physically extract the loot you find in the Dark Zone in order to keep it for the rest of the campaign. When you're ready to extract, you'll make your way to an extraction zone and fire a flare to call in a chopper to collect your precious findings. Usually during this period, enemy players might intercept and try to steal your treats. They probably will. But again, not in this introductory mission. Enemy players aren't the only concern. Your teammates also have the potential to go rogue and take everything you've collected as a squad, but for themselves. Sometimes the loot's just that good. This time in the Division 2, going rogue is a deliberate decision you'll make in the menu system. You'll have to know what you're doing. Going rogue has heavy consequences though. Once attacking friendlies and killing them, you'll be highlighted for the entire Dark Zone for everybody else to see and slapped with a loot bounty on your head. If you as the rogue escape the onslaught of players that are on your way to find and kill you, your loot will become even better. Remember the Dark Zone mantra. High risk is high reward. And that's the basic principle of it. And the more you play, the more nuances and remixes of the formula you'll spot. Like the Thieves' Den, where rogues get to hide out, and inside you'll find a merchant presumably selling some high quality black market merch. That guy's very dodgy. Don't hang out with him. It's an extraordinarily fun, replayable experience that will keep you on edge for the whole session. If you want to see the first training mission of the Dark Zone, check the cards in this video. It's in the top right hand corner. So somewhere over here. The Dark Zone is not the only exciting feature of Tom Clancy's The Division 2. There's also an extremely exciting end game that introduces a legendary high-tier enemy NPC faction called Black Tusk. They're equipped to eradicate you and your squad in ways that you can never imagine. They only enter after you hit level 30 on your character, but you'd better be ready. Your extracted loot from the Dark Zone, as well as your communication skills that you've learned throughout the game, will have to come and play if you want to make the most out of the end game. This potentially could go on for a very long time. They've really worked on making the game way more replayable and way more fun, especially in the end game where all your loot actually matters. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're thinking of picking up a copy of The Division 2, make sure that you do it from one of my sponsors, loot.co today, in the description below. It would mean a huge ton to me and really support this channel. Also, the like button is calling your name, and if you want to greet it, just hit it. Just tap the button. Okay, thanks. I'll check you guys in another video.